Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is Robert Varricchio, who recently won Ring of Combat lightweight title. Hello, Robert. How are you?
What's up, guys? Going on? How's everything going?
I'm good. And actually, a few weeks ago, you won a big title, a big regional title, and actually, it was your first victory by submission. So, if you can tell me how happy are you about the performance and, of course, the finish that you've got?
I mean, the foremost, I felt like I went in there and I minimized damage as much as I could. Um, and be able to go out and get the finish, regardless of it being that late in the fight. Just getting the finish overall and having a bulldog choke on my resume now, I feel like is a big plus for me.
And actually, this kind of like bulldog choke is not rarely seen in MMA. I
Oh no.
remember maybe one from the UFC, and it's like old school move, let's say.
Yeah. I mean, it is a very old school move, but it's there a lot. Especially when you have the choke going down towards the floor. It's very common for me, to be honest. When I hit it, when I grapple, I feel like I use it a lot. So
And actually, your opponent was, I think, that overall quite tricky because his record is not really good, but he got some good wins against good prospects. So maybe on the paper it wasn't a big win, but I think that overall it was a really big quality.
yeah, I mean, I was telling that from people from the get go. Like I was scheduled to fight Nick Rodriguez, who was 6-2, and he was the champion at the time. And when in 4 weeks before the fight, like a month out, they switched him because he got hurt, like he hurt his shoulder. And I looked this guy up, and yeah, his record is crappy, but like look at who he fought. Like he has wins over some good dudes, and he lost to some good dudes. Like there's no one he lost to that was 0-1, and 0-2. He lost to good prospects. Like he's not afraid to fight anybody.
And right now you are on a really good winning streak, and we will talk about it in a second. But you actually lost only one fight in like amateur and pro career. And at that point, when you lost that fight, how did you feel before your next fight? Were you a little bit afraid that it can be a like start of the losing streak, or you were super confident that you will take another win?
I mean, nah, I wasn't too worried at all. I mean, that's the game. You live by the sword. You live by the sword. You die by the sword. So I went out there. I fought my game, and I got caught. I got caught. I got submitted, and it's really what happens. It just fueled me more. It was my first loss ever in my fight career, to be honest, for MMA. So the fact that I was able just to take that on the head and get back to the gym and keep working hard, it showed to me that I'm able to overcome any adversity that people might throw at me.
And actually, your like previous wins were against Riles, who will fight for the Fury FC title right now. He's
Yeah,
also
I saw
on
that.
the good winning streak, and Alex Martinez, who's got really good wins in PFL. So I think that right now you should be ready for something bigger.
I mean, that's the plan. I'm waiting for some kind of call. I'm still training, still working as hard as I can. I just want to either want to get a call, or if I get fights for defend my belt, or if I want to fight for another belt in another organization. We'll see. Only time's gonna tell, but we're working regardless.
And about like making a lightweight weight limit, because of course, like one good opportunity to get to the UFC is by a short notice fight. And
Yeah.
for you, how quickly can you make a lightweight limit?
I mean, it really depends on how much time. I know I had a few short notice calls that I was called up to for UFC, and the referee didn't take me, but I can make it on a few days. I just need. I mean, I just came back on vacation with my girlfriend for like a week in Miami, so I'm waiting to kind of get back in that in shape a little bit, but 2 3 more weeks, and I'll tell my agent that I'm back on the market for a fight. But I can make it on a regular camp 8 weeks, but I can make it on short notice if need be.
And of course, your fights are super exciting ones, and I think that you were never in a boring fight. But if you can like give some message to UFC matchmaker that they should watch one fight of yours, which one would you pick?
I would say either the Alex Martinez fight where I fought the guy from PFL because I went out there and I had to kind of make a statement to let everyone know that this guy he fought in one of the top organizations, and it was my time to show everyone that I belonged there. Either that one or the fight where I fought the guy from Bellator. What was his name? Uh I got his name. He was tall, dude. Got his name. Sean.
Felton?
Yeah, Sean Felton. There we go. Yes.
Yes, yes, it was definitely a good finish. And about your like start in overall combat sports, if you can tell me, did you have before MMA any kind of background in any combat sport?
No, I was training with the same team I've been training with since I was 5 years old. So MMA.
So no wrestling, no like nothing.
No, no wrestling. No, we've had a lot of like wrestlers come into our gym and teach our wrestling classes for years. I've had I've been working under a guy Rusty Reed, an NCAA champion, I believe 2 years in a row. And I've worked with him since I was like 18 years old, but I've never had any formal wrestling experience now.
So, how old were you when you decided that you want to take this path that you want to be like pro MMA fighter?
16 years old was when I watched my brother fight like an amateur kickboxing fight, and that was when I was like, I want to do this. And I started training my ass off even harder, and I jumped in the cage when I was 18. Had my first fight, 3 round, just me swinging like crazy for 3 2-minute rounds, and then just that was all she wrote. I kept getting fight camps and fighting and training and fighting and training and fighting, and never took my foot off the gas.
And of course, you like watching your fights. You are good everywhere, but of course, I think that your striking is something that can catch eye of the fan. And did you ever think about like trying maybe boxing, maybe kickboxing, or no? And MMA was just a right sport for you.
I mean, there was a time where I thought, maybe go pro kickboxing. There was that's like a week or two in my life. But like MMA has always been like my drive. I've always want to be one of the best at what I do, and I feel like if I could do it in MMA, that's amazing. I wanna just be able to say that, hey, I'm one of the top 1% in the world who followed their dream and made it.
Yes, and this is the sport where you can like knock people out and of course win by bulldog choke too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's either one big right hand or just a little strangle. What are you gonna do?
And if you can tell me more about your gym, your team, and maybe some good sparring partners, or even like young prospects that you have there.
Oh yeah, I mean my gym right now we have a lot on the come up. I've been training with my boy Julio Arce for years. I train him so much that I'm kind of sick of him right now. We make the joke all the time. Every time I get a fight, it's always a new lefty. So I'm always like, oh Julio, I got another lefty, and it's always a little bit shorter than me. So Julio's always a perfect partner. I'm training with my boy Ryan Supervicious, up and coming amateur, making his pro debut in March for Ring Combat. I'll be there. My boy Juan Videz, my boy Christian McCauley, another prospect for 135. And then I have my boy DJ Torelli, 45, making his pro debut in March as well.
Yes, and I think that you are in this weight class like lightweight that you can have good sparring partners because in the heavier weight classes sometimes it's tough to
Yeah.
find a fighter on your level, and when you can spar like even featherweights, welterweights, it's
hmm
really good position.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Like train with these 45ers, and we have some bigger guys like 170 pounders, like my boy Alberto. He's a 170 pounder. Working with him. But they're all around my level, and some of them they're really good in certain areas that I'm not, and I'm better in certain areas than they are. So we're able to like fix certain things with each other. So it's always good just like uh filling up each other's cup every time we come to train. It's a good gym with good people.
And some time ago, you put on your Instagram like post about power of visualization when you ground and pound the opponent.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
do you like to you use this kind of techniques before your fight?
Very often, actually, yes. So a lot of time, and it doesn't even have to be like training training like wise. Like I could be doing sprints, I could be doing a run, and like I have to kind of seclude my mind into the fight. I gotta be if I'm ever getting tired, I think of that dude hitting me hard and dropping me, and I gotta keep pushing so that doesn't happen. I think about the third round, how I feel, and just I remember how my my body reacts, and when I'm training, I gotta make sure I'm able to push through. So I use that visualization of me being in a bad scenario, of me being in a bad spot, to help me push through.
And actually, GSP used this kind of techniques that he used it like in the tough spots when you have to like find a solution to beat a
Mhm.
problem. And I think that it's really it can be underestimated, but I think that it's a really good tool to be actually a better fighter. Of course, you need to be in the gym too, but this is
Yes.
like the additional thing, let's say.
100%. The fights aren't always won in the gym all the time. Sometimes you gotta do the outside stuff, like the rehab, the visualization, the meditation. I'm a very firm believer in just not so much meditation, but just thinking about the future and like like you said, visualization, visualizing where you're gonna be, what you're gonna do, and how it's gonna go.
Uh, And right now, of course, you are really, I think that overall in a really good position in your career. You have a ton of experience too. But is there anything from let's say your career that you think that from MMA fighter perspective that fans or people who just watch the sport as the casual fans should appreciate more than they do?
I mean, the fact that we're even in there, like people don't understand like what we go through in that 8 week basis. Like they see like the what we put out there, but they'll never see what we go through. Like the weight cutting, the like the way our body feels like every single day. The fact that we're even able to get out there and perform is a blessing in itself. And sometimes our body doesn't move the way we want it to on fight day. Our legs are heavy on fight day. Our body's not feeling right, so we aren't able to perform the same way. Baseball players have slumps when they're having their at bats and they're striking out left and right. Fighters have the time when they're in the slumps and they're not feeling that their best in a fight. So just the fact that we're out there should be a blessing. I'm pumped that way, but to be basically like modern day gladiators for you guys.
Yes, and it's probably like the fight is cherry on the top, and of course it's like years of training on the high level, being beaten up in the gym. It's kind of
Yeah,
crazy to think.
yeah, it's crazy.
And do you have maybe one fighter from the UFC in the like dream fight scenario, the fighter that you would like to face from current UFC roster?
Ooh, right, I mean, I would love to fight Oliveira, just because that'd be sick. I feel like everyone would say that. Or Armin Sarukian, just top level 55ers. I feel like I'm good enough to be in UFC right now. I feel like I could definitely break top 15 with where I'm at right now. Watching a lot of these fighters, again, I know a lot of people say that. I'm not gonna be the guy to be like, oh, I'm gonna be UFC champion. But I know I could break top 15. I know I still have a long way to go in terms of getting better. I'm still trying to improve every single day. So when I do make it to UFC, they're feeling like a whole different version of Rob Virgil that they probably won't be ready for.
I thought that maybe you against like Mauricio Hufi would be a really good one
Oh,
because he's a
hell yeah.
crazy striker and you have
Yep.
this kind of knockouts too.
hmm It's funny that was something that I remember when I watched him knock out Bobby Green. I'm sorry, when he watched out King Green, I was like, "Yo, it would be sick to fight this dude," because like he's really really good, but the minute he fought someone who kind of took him off his game plan, he crumbled. You know what I'm saying? He fought a lot of not a lot of cans, but people who weren't gonna push him and put him on his back foot, and he finally found someone who did that.
Yes, but probably it's not like end of his run. I think that
No,
that he
no.
will be
Nah, he's
like.
coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back with a vengeance. I know for a fact he's gonna be insane. He's gonna fight for the title one day. I know for a fact.
And in the sport, even like from your perspective as the pro fighter, are you a fan of trash talking in before the fights?
Uh, you see, it's weird because I tell people this all the time. Like, I grew up in a family where like we always should talk each other. Like that's how family is, and I have a really bad speech impediment, so I can't think on the spot like that. Like I can't be witty. I need a little bit of time to be able to come back at somebody. So for me, a trash talk, it honestly it wouldn't work. I gotta be more respectful, and I'm too nice of a guy to trash talk. Unless you trash talk me first, then no holds bar.
Yes, I think that the like trash talk overall is cool, but it shouldn't be like
Yeah,
too offensive. It's like some
exactly.
subjects should be out of the
Uh-huh.
like talk.
100%.
And if you can pick four fighters from to your Mount Rushmore of MMA, which fighters would you pick?
Four fighters. Oh, let's see. Definitely GSP because he's so well known throughout everything. I want to say John Jones, but I don't because there's so many ifs and asterisks with him. So I'm gonna say GSP. I'm gonna say Conor McGregor for everything he did for the sport, not for his skills, but for everything he did for the sport. Jose Aldo because he's the goat. He's my man, and Volkanovski.
So actually, three former like featherweight
Yep,
fighters.
yep. I mean, growing up, I thought I was always gonna be a featherweight until I hit my 22-year mark, and I was like, "Yep, now I'm not making 45 anymore."
Yes, the older you are, it's like the toughest to
Yeah,
make it.
my muscle just blew up, and I was like, "All right, my legs got way too big, and 45 was out of the question."
And about next title fight in lightweight division, Paddy against Justin Gaethje. In this fight, what do you think will happen?
I mean, I think Paddy submits him. I think if Gaethje can fight behind his jab again, I think he might do well if he fought the way he fought Viziev. But I don't see him winning. I feel like Gaethje. Not that his fight IQ is too low. I just think he doesn't fight to his highest potential, if that makes sense. I feel like he's so much better than he looks every single fight. Like he's a great wrestler. He never uses it. I feel like Patty's he's young, he's smart. He's gonna go in there and fight, have a good game plan, and utilize that game plan the whole fight.
Yes, and if the Paddy will win, the Paddy against Ilya would be also a really big matchup.
Oh, for sure. But Ilya drops him. Ilya finishes him. Ilya's too good, dude. Everyone underestimates Ilya, man, but he's too nice, man. Very well rounded. He's great wrestling, great scrambles. His boxing is everything is high and tight. Doesn't really leave much for like a mistake. If you make one mistake on him, you're done. If he makes one mistake on you, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I would agree. And about this year, uh, what do you think should happen to call the 2026 a perfect year for you? How would you think about next 12 months?
At least two fights in the UFC, at least. Because I have a plan that once I get there, I want to fight as much as possible. I want to be the guy they call the safe shows. Like, hey Rob, we got to fight at 170 in 3 days. Can you make it? Boom, fly me out. That's what I want to be. I'm training all the time. I'm always ready. I'm always in shape. This is the one time where I'm not in shape because I went on vacation. I just had to enjoy myself. But I know for a fact that like I want to be the guy that I want to be the Danny Gay they call off the couch in 3 days to save a main card. That's what I want to do. I want to put on shoes.
And like Donald Cerrone is a legend because of it,
Oh yeah,
because he took this kind of fights.
yeah, just like that, exactly. I just want to. I want to be Sean Shelby's first call. Hey, we have a 55 fight. We have a 70-pound fight in 3 days in Vegas, in Singapore, in China, in Italy, in Spain. Hey, you want to fight? Call me up. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yes, and about your two fights in the UFC, like this game is so crazy that this kind of things really can happen. Even like
Yep.
the Joshua Van, he lost one fight and 18 months later he's a UFC champion. So
Hmm.
this kind of things definitely can happen.
Yeah. I mean, I had my agent Jason House let me know about anytime someone drops out and said they might need you, so make sure that you're ready. I put you and someone else in the box for it, so they give you a call. Make sure you make the weight. And I'm like, listen, I'm here. I'm ready to go. So
Okay, Robert. So many thanks for the time and for conversation. I
my
hope that
pleasure.
you will take this kind of opportunity quite soon, maybe even in your next fight. And I hope that you will be also a active fighter, picking another wins.
That's the plan. Let's hope. We're praying. Fingers crossed right now.